WV Uncommon Place. This podcast is a variety podcast that houses numerous series to cover mental health, empowerment, podcast framework, and various intimate theories to get to know the hosts. Along with occasional movies reviews and dives in pop culture with our event podcast episodes. The Uncommon Place digs into bringing guests on that stories don't fit the mold and are very different. WV stands for the great state of West Virginia, and every quarter we cover something in West Virginia. Stacey and myself, JR, are your hosts, so please come along for this venture to our Uncommon Place.
Welcome to West Virginia Commonplace, and today's episode is the second episode that I'm doing for the month of February, and we are covering Black history, but this time I want to do a little spin on it. I'm going to put up a few movies I think that every person should watch, black or white. First one's going to be Selma. Selma is a movie where David Oyelowo portrays Martin Luther King in a film that depicts the civil rights leader in the historical voting right march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. And on top of that, I would definitely say watch Boycott. Came out in 2001. It has Jeffrey Wright as Martin Luther King in a film about the Montgomery bus boycott. So definitely go see that. Another one, Harriet. Cynthia Erivo was nominated for Best Actress at the 92nd Academy Awards in 2020 for her performance in Harriet. This movie is an overdue story of the Underground Railroad, and basically it shows Harriet Tubman, and it's a good way to learn some of the history. Now, one thing I want to say about any of this before you get into it is you have to be very careful in what you watch and how it pertains into history, because some things are tailored for entertainment. So you have to be very, very careful when you're out here watching this stuff and going from there. Then another movie, The Birth of a Nation, talking about Nat Turner. That's another one that if you get a chance to definitely watch it, you can find that on Prime Video. And to me, Nat Turner's story is one of those ones that if you don't learn his story properly, then watching this movie will lead you down the wrong road, because some parts of it, like I said, if anything, it's fiction, and then there's reality. Ray, with Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles, that's another one that I say just jump in there and get in and see. And then a favor from me and Stacey, what's love got to do with it? Angela Bassett plays Tina Turner, and that movie was amazing. That's one movie I will say that you should just go out there, grab, and see. Let's go deeper into this. Let's go with Hidden Figures. That is a movie about female scientists working in NASA. They're mathematicians. That one's a great one. Something to tie along to it that's kind of, decent, but you can watch it back to back, is Concussion with Will Smith, where he plays Dr. Bennett Oyelowo, who conducts the groundbreaking research in the field of chronic traumatic head injuries among football players. Something great that I got to see in 2021 was the United States versus Billie Holiday. Audrey Day plays the singer, and she's targeted by the Federal Department of Narcotics for her heroin use. So that's another one that works out good right there. And then another one that was pretty good, and I haven't seen this since I was a kid. Lady Sings the Blues. Diana Ross playing Billie Holiday. So please definitely check that one out. Now, going further deeper in here, these two movies, Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Idris Elba plays Nelson Mandela. Great one to watch if you get a chance. Hotel Rwanda. Definitely a controversial movie with Don Cheadle in it, and it talks about a 1994 genocide. Definitely, you have to watch out with caution, because, once again, like I said before, when you were watching some of these movies, you have to. It's good to do some little research on the background of them, because they'll make sense there and a whole lot better, to a degree. Judas and the Black Messiah and Panther. Both of those two movies kind of follow a similar background. Judas and the Messiah is tough. It's about the Black Panthers. And Panther is a star-studded event that has where people tell the tale of the Black Panther movement. It was directed by Mario Van Peebles, who was a great director. And it's a very hard movie to find. So if you can find it, good luck to you. And if you can't, holler at me. I got these movies on lockdown. Now, going further and further into this, I'm just thinking about movies that moved me. And I want to go with Marshall. Marshall was the story of Thurgood Marshall, who went on to become the first Black Supreme Court justice. Has Chadwick Boseman in it. God rest his soul. That's another good one. Then just do a double feature of Chad and watch 42 so that you can see him as Jackie Robinson. And those are a great deal right there. And then something else that's kind of funny is One Night in Miami. It's just a fictional movie. Talks about a real life meetup of Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown. And then Malcolm X by Spike Lee. Hands down, that Ali and the Hurricane are movies that you just should see and get those out of the way. Now, Straight Outta Compton and Notorious are movies that I have to definitely give a great nod to. And my major movie that I say everybody should watch is Fruitvale Station. Has Michael B. Jordan in it. And this movie tells a story of what happens when the police brutality is just something that I think that everybody should see. And I'm trying to think, because there's a lot of different movies that you can go see that'll work out good for you. Remember the Titans. Everybody knows that's a given. Glory. Definitely see Glory. If you haven't seen Glory, that's one of the Civil War's first Black regiment. Definitely a big thing to watch there. Rosewood. I'll never forget Rosewood. Rosewood is a race riot movie. John Singleton directed that. God rest his soul. And I'm trying to, when you're doing these things for a podcast, you think about what's good and what else. Cooley High is another one that I think you should see. It's just one of those ones that I'm just like, if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. Trying to think of anything else that would go that's powerful. To me, I went down my major list. I'm trying to think, CB4 and what's another one? Wesley Snipes in it. Oh my God, why is it leaving my head? New Jersey Drive is another one that you should see. And just to wrap this up, because I went over quite a few different movies. All these movies are great to watch, and you can watch them any time of the year. You don't have to just watch them for Black History Month, but if you want to cover something and have a conversation that's decent, those should be some of the better movies that you can watch. So once again, I am JR from West Virginia Commonplace, and I am signing off.
Please follow WV Uncommonplace on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at onecommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website, and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening, and tune into the next episode.